Bow wheat ground now, wheat ninny bum. Where's that show from? Where's that saying from? What show? None of you are gonna get that. I might start giving away some hats. I'll say it again. Bow wheat ground now, wheat ninny bum. Where's it from and what's it mean? You guys don't know. I know you don't know. Because most of my subscribers aren't as old as me, for one. And two, I'm going to just let y'all know something. Y'all nosy. I'm a nerd. Like, I'm not so much a tech nerd. Like, I don't tech out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have... like, I can acquire a girlfriend if I want one. You know what I mean? I'm not all nerded up like that. I'm a nerd to the point where nerdy things interest me, so much. But then after a while, it just gets on my nerves. Like, some of the stuff y'all do is just, like, y'all need girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? Like, a real chick in your life. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nerd. I'm saying. Most people don't understand the nerdiness in me, but it's okay. Needy hoozle. So, I've been getting... Well, go ahead now. What you want? What you want to do? Wapish, 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 wapish. Kung Fu theater on that ass. So some people don't understand the tonesters and my method of madness when I start spouting out about who's going to win what. And here's one thing I love about it. People like Sanchez will start telling me the reality of the day. Oh my God, these bugs. These bugs are serious. They start telling me the reality of the day, like who's doing what on what team. That's what I like about it. What's going on? What's happening, Chase? Hello, now. Hello, Chase. How are you? I don't look familiar to him. That's why. That's right. Don't talk to strangers.
He looked at both of us.
Yeah, should I speak to him?
He wouldn't speak to his man in the car.
You know what? It's quite okay.
Only
I'm
tonight.
used to it. He's got his girlfriend. He's good.
You're right.
Yeah. So people don't understand my methodologies. Well, let me, and I try to explain it over and over. But then somebody like Chase, or like Chase, I'm sorry, like Sanchez and Chase Sanchez will come along and he will spit, some facts. I like that because when you start mixing the facts in with my hyperbole and conjecture, you know what I'm saying? We might come out with something half decent. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because my prediction today about, my prediction today about Cleveland losing uh, isn't really based on Cleveland's skills. But nonetheless, my man was like, yo, Cleveland this is their position. This is who they're going up against. This is their position. You know what I mean? He tells me how many games they got left. All kind of good stuff. And and I look at that because a lot of it I just don't know because I'm new to baseball. I haven't watched a game in 30 years. That's right, saying baby. And so I'm like, okay, I see you, Sanchez. I see that information, and Kill for Kill was throwing something. Donald Gilbert was throwing something. I'm like, okay. And then I either stick with my prediction or I kind of like throw something else in there. But most of the time I stick with it. I'm like, this is who I feel is going to win. It's not really based off of the facts that you guys know, but sometimes your facts will reinforce what I'm saying. Now, Sanchez said, the Dodgers are the ones who pretty much have a Cinderella story right now. They have, pretty much the best story in baseball. And that strikes, you guys are starting to understand me now. You're starting to understand me. It's not so much the Cinderella story wins. It's Cinderella stories draws tickets. Tickets draw money. You know what I'm saying? Ticket sales, money, revenue. Let's throw in some big names in there. More revenue. Get the people hyped up. You see how that works? That's how that works. And that's why I say follow the money, follow the revenue. Now, here's some homework for you guys. Here's this. Look, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Just gonna throw this out there. If you took on average, let's just say go back the last 10 years, because I went back the last 5 years and looked at who won the World Series. When I first got my assignment from Sanchez, I was like, okay, well, let me look at who won for the last 5 years and where they're at now. If you go back to we'll just say the last 10 years, or no, baseball, the last 20 years. We'll go to the last 20 years in baseball, and you start breaking it down of who won, who was on that team, how long that player was on that team, who was a star player on that team. I don't mean everybody. I mean, who was a star player on that team? How long that player was on that team. The reason why I say 20 years, because most of the ads and stuff, the players start getting involved with the ads about, I would say within the last 10, 15 years. But to be safe, you run back about 20, because let's see, the military got involved with football in what, 2009, I think. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? 10 years to be safe, 20 years if you want to. But right about then, start looking at that. Go back to 2005 just to be comfortable. What is 17 now? You know what I'm saying? Go back to, okay, 10 years. Go back 2005. Start examining. Then start breaking down baseball and who won. And see who's a repeat. And then take the 10 years before that. And then start matching it up. And start going, how many teams won, not consecutively, but won, how many of the same city, the same team, won from 2004, from 1994 to 2004. And then go, how many teams won from 2005 all the way up to 2000, we'll just say 2015 or 16. When you start doing that, start comparing. Start comparing and start looking at the odds and evens of it. Start looking at it like, this team won 3 times. This team, this team won 3 times within the years of 1996, between 1994 and 1996, on all the way up to 2006, 2005, 2006. You'll say this team won twice within that time. Then then go and look at if that team won at any within the first 10 years that I'm talking about, from 2000, from 2016, 2006 up to 2016. Or, you know what I'm saying? Look at that, and start matching, and then you're gonna start seeing a rhythm. And even if you want to go back 30 years ago, you're gonna see a big difference in who did what. You're gonna see a big difference, and then when you're gonna start seeing the teams now, you're gonna start seeing more of the teams who have won. You're gonna start seeing that same city pop up, boom, boom, because and then when you start breaking it down to the player, you're gonna see that same player or that same type of player, or maybe in that same position, keeps popping up. I'm telling you, it's gonna raise some of your eyebrows. You're gonna be like, okay, there's a huge difference now than there was 20 years ago. It's not so much in the way the game is played, it's who's involved in the game. Who's involved in the game? Who has their influence in the game? You're going to start noticing that. You're going to be like, okay, we already knew that, some people had their hand in the game that wasn't playing. You know what I'm saying? There's an underbelly to the game. But once you start matching up those years, and then you start just to put a list, you know what I'm saying, right beside each other, and then go another list. And then just go back 10 years each time. 10 here. You know what I'm saying? 10 years here, 10 years here, 10 years. And you're just going to start seeing a difference and a fluctuation within the teams that win. And then you're going to start noticing why they won. It's not necessarily the players. Remember when New York always won? They're still slated to win this year. They've won 28 times. Well, 27 times. They said he might win 28 times. The Mets, or is it the Mets or the Yankees? It's the Yankees. The Yankees. Probably the most popular hat in baseball. I don't know nothing about the Yankees. Bobby Bonilla. No. I don't know nothing about the Yankees. Nonetheless, very popular hat. Not because rappers wore it. Because they won so much. And you're seeing it all the time. Then people wanted one. I've been to New York one time in my life. I'm not from there. I don't know nothing about New York. You know what I'm saying? I went to Times Square. I was in Long Island, went to Times Square, and I left. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been through Brooklyn, and walked through Brooklyn and the Bronx and Bed-Stuy and, all those places. I just, know stories of those places. I know, see, from people that I knew who've lived there and or what you see on TV. I'm just saying, people representing New York wearing this hat because they have such an influence in the sport. And that's some of the things I'm trying to get you guys to realize, because a lot of you are very passionate about a sport that has nothing to do with you. And regardless of how you feel about it, it's going to go the way that somebody else wants it to go. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. It's not going to go your way. Why? Because it wasn't meant to. Even though all the cards fall right in line with this person, these people should win, this team should win, nix that. Why? Because a better story is somebody else wins. There's more game, there's more money, and and some of that could be 3-4 years out. This is not every year. This is something that could happen, that could be planned 3-4 years, 5 years out. That this team does this. I'm gonna tell you what's happening right now. The Lakers. The Lakers is one of those teams. It's happening right now. If you look at what's going on with the Lakers, right now, you can tell within the next 3 or 4 years. I say, yep. I say about 4 years, less than that. It has to be less than that. Less than that. I used to throw out 5 years, but now I'm just like, you know what? I'm sorry, that Alonzo Ball, man, he's just bringing he's bringing too many good vibes to the Lakers. I'm telling you, them boys is going to win a championship within the next 3 years. I'm letting y'all know now. It's going to happen. Before LeBron James is out of here, they're going to win a championship. It is what it is, people. It is what it is. The games are fixed, and they're fixed around these players in order to make them seem a lot higher and above and puffed up than you are, which is a damn lie. They just got a skill that's better than most people's, and sometimes it ain't even that case. You can find a lot of dudes out here, playing basketball, on anybody's hood, who can shoot the lights out. But sometimes things are set up for certain people. So that's kind of where I wanted to go with that. I just wanted to give you guys like what I do is not, what skeptics do and what people who hypothesize on games and say it's fixed. We don't just bring that out of midair. We don't just, it's fixed. That person doesn't stick with it. But when somebody starts making YouTube videos about it and tells you, and then it happens on more than one occasion, it's like, come on, man, if somebody tell you the sky's falling, you might as well look up. I was trying to tell you guys, trying to wake you guys up on some of this. That's all. Trying to give you guys it's not necessarily I'm trying to prove anything to you, because you're going to believe what you want. If you're skeptical about everything, then that's just your nature. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's fine if you don't want to take a solid stance on anything, but you're skeptical. But when I look at Cleveland, and I could be wrong. Cleveland could, go so far and then fall by the wayside. And I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? My man Sanchez said the Dodgers are going to, Cleveland and the Dodgers. And wouldn't it be a dope story if, for one, Cleveland met up with the Mets, right? Mets were kicking their tail. Cleveland comes back and beats them, sits the Mets down in the playoffs. Boom, they're done. And Washington, boom, done. Then Boston, boom, done. Cleans their clock. Uh, but all of these games are close. All of these games are like nail biters. And I'm talking about to the last, to like, if he hits this ball out of the park, it's over. Like that type of. One more hit, bases are loaded and that type of thing. Bottom of the ninth. What? Bryce Harper. You know what I'm saying? Bottom of the ninth type of thing. You know what I mean? Overtime. Tell me it wouldn't be lovely. Next thing you know, the Dodgers in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? They in the big game. Slugging it out. All the way down to the last game. Cleveland wins 4-3. Beat them 4-3. Cleveland pulls out a miracle. Boom. LeBron James, him and his crew, the Cavaliers, win. Boom. Cleveland's a city of champions. Boom. It's over. It's your boy Tone 202, man. God loves you. Don't forget, get yourself saved, man. Nothing more important than that. I'm out.